Hello and welcome. Today I bought this light up snowman from Walmart, and as you can see, it's pretty boring. So I'm going to take this from boring to adoring. So basically for $11 you get a frame and some lights, which is pretty boring. So we're going to take that and we're going to glam it up a bit with some white mesh. For a white mesh, I bought this at Michael's. It's 21 inches wide. And from that roll, I'm just going to cut a couple strips to cover the front and back of my snowman. The great thing about this project is all the hard work is done for you. The lights are there, the frame is there. All you have to do is decide how to glam it up. You may already have one in your Christmas decor already. So just get out your glue gun and start gluing from the top to the bottom and pull it a little tight so you don't get any bubbles. And I tend to use Gorilla Glue sticks because they have a lot better hold than other ones. Yeah, and don't forget to put mesh on both sides and then wrap it around the edges so you get a nice clean finish. As always, we appreciate your support. Please hit subscribe and like. It helps us out a lot. So I do cover both sides of the snowman, but when you're gluing on the lighting side, don't put any glue on the lights just in case it gets too hot. I am kind of used to high temperatures, but when you're gluing, maybe wear some gloves or use a little spatula or something to spread the glue and hold it down, because it does get pretty hot. Because nobody wants to burn their fingers. Then as you're wrapping the edges, when you get to some corners like this, just cut some little lines in there so you can wrap around everything really nice and clean. One of the reasons we chose this project was because, as I said, Walmart's done all the hard work for you, and all you have to do is glam it up how you like. But we thought just the piece itself was so incomplete that it had to be done. It's just like a project crying out to you to be done. Just finishing off all the trimming, and there we go. So now it's time to start glamming up our little snowman. Here we're using some adhesive pearls, which we're going to glue down anyway because the adhesive isn't that great on them. And most of our supplies come from the Dollar Tree, like the rhinestones and ribbons and such. And speaking of ribbons, we're going to put a little red scarf around our little snowman. So we take that, we wrap it around, then we make a little bow in the back. And once we have that, we'll drape it so it looks like a scarf, glue it in a few key areas so it won't droop or fall down. Then once all that's set up, we'll just cut some fringes on the bottom to make it look like a scarf. And once that side's done, we'll just flip it over and do the other side. So we'll slip some ribbon underneath through there and reshape it like a little scarf. And we decided to decorate both sides of this little project so you could hang it up anywhere. You could hang it in a window. It'll look good outside and inside. And with the scarf now done, we'll move on to the hat. Again, we used some red ribbon that we had left over, and we wrapped up the top of the hat first. And you'll just glue that down and wrap it around, and remember to pull it a little bit tight so you don't get any bubbles in it. Now for the brim of the hat, we're going to try to give it a three-dimensional look. So we'll glue one side of the ribbon down first, and once that's set, we'll fold the ribbon and glue the other section down on the other side so it has a bit of a 3D look to it. And once one side is done, we'll do the same on the other side and connect them up so you have a nice brim. And after all that hard work, it's time for a little break here with my little helpers, Pebbles and Harry. Don't they look so happy? And to help bling up the scarf and some other accessories, we had some of these rhinestones around. Now you could use anything, little buttons or whatever it is you have in your little stash. And then for the eyes, we're using some other little black rhinestones. And as you can see down below, I have some snowflakes and other rhinestones that I'll be setting up here right away. There, with the bling on one side done, we'll flip it over and bling the other side. And the great thing about this is you don't have to have both sides look exactly the same. You can only see one side at a time. And now that our snowman has eyes and buttons, we're going to finish his nose by using some orange ribbon so it looks like a carrot. And to do that, I just put glue around the carrot nose frame that they have there already, put on my ribbon, and then just trim off the excess. But leave enough to wrap around the edges on the end. And then when you finish that, just wrap the edges around there. And then you'll have to do the other side and then overlap the tip of the carrot on the other side as well. And there you have it, one beautiful little carrot nose. And to finish it off, we're going to be putting some pearls around the edges to give that frame a nice shiny look. Then once the body's been pearlized, you can use whatever things you have in your collection. We're using some pine limbs and some berries and some gold berries just to accentuate the hat. And don't forget to do both sides. Then looking at it, it looked like his hands were empty, so we're going to be putting some snowflakes in it so it looks like he's catching a new snowfall. But you could use anything. You could use candy canes or whatever you'd like on there. So there you have it. We took this project, which started off as boring, and made it adoring instead. And then a nice little piece. Hope you give it a try, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.